Morning everyone, it's Rachel here and we are doing Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. Today's prompt is script. Now, I have put lots of script on my piece. I have my own printed script here and there everywhere. And I also have monograms, which could also be classed as script. I also have this trim that has script on it. So my task today is to do my own script. So if you haven't put any scripty fabrics on, you might, you don't have to have mine. You can also get them from quilting shops and things. Or you might have some old monograms you want to put on that you haven't put on yet. Or you might be like me and you've put bits and pieces of all these things on. And so now you're going to have to do your own script. I also have these bits that I could come in and work in, which I might, from my fabric, my gorgeous stitching fabric. Up here I put a big piece. That's not script, but anyway, that could be worked. I can't think if I've put any more anywhere else. So today I started thinking about, I'm going to do all different types of script. So can you see that? Let me climb up on the step ladder. I'll move it up a little bit just in case. So this monogram, I'm going to go around it with a color, and I think I've got another one somewhere, so I'll do that. I'm going to put thrift on here. So one of the things you could do with the script is you could do it like that and have all the prompts everywhere, and I may put some of the prompts on. Thrifted items is one of the prompts, and I thought it fits nicely there. I'm going to couch that, and then over here on this doily, it's a very small little space there. I'm going to put stitch there, and then what we're going to work on today, and that I'm going to just back stitch that one. We're going to work on today this here, which is my ode to Pam. There's my other monogram, my ode to Pam Garrison, and I'm going to do the word love like she does. I think I have this. She sold this. I just took from Pinterest, but she sold these. And I have one somewhere, and it's downstairs. If it wouldn't take me 3 days to find it, I would go down and get it and put it on my piece. I don't have time to do that. So I'm going to do this word love without all the doodle stitching and everything on it. I'm going to do this today. I might even do it in similar colors. I'm not sure. So I'm going to do that, but I'm going to put more script around, whether it be in the Pam Garrison style or in the ones that I showed you before, couching and back stitching. But I also love this. This is Dottie Angel. It was on Pinterest. She's got a doily on top of a doily, and then she's back stitched. Or no, she's couched. It looks like she's couched and left long bits thing, but you could also do that. And I'm thinking if I've got spaces, I might do something like that as well. Now, clearly we can't do everything in the video, so I thought it might be beneficial to start embroidering that. I brought in my, the suitcase series of Dottie Angel. So these are my markers. And this is what I mean. She's put a piece of fabric then on a piece of doily, and then she's done, that looks like backstitch to me. And then here's another one. You can do words like this, and I may do that. Ideally to do this, you could use Heat Bond Light. I do have some downstairs. I don't think it's come back up since we moved back up, because there's still a few boxes down there. It's not very nice to hand stitch through. It goes very hard. So the heat bond, but it does make the letters sit down, but I might just do it without it. I don't know. If I've got an area, I may do that as well. And then I love that. I think that's wonderful. And then here, there's some more words. Mix, the O is a doily, just really super cool. And then, and you can find some of Dottie Angel's stuff on Pinterest too if you type her in. You don't have to have the books. I know the books are hard to come by. I may do this too. Do a little bit on some hemp or something in the right color, and then attach them. So many ideas for script, and I'm very excited about, and I've been chomping at the bit to get to this prompt. So I'll show you, and I also thought you could do your initials. So this is the Pam one that's no, that's a different one. I love her the way she does her letters, so I just thought they're really cool. I just printed out some so I can remember. That's the one I'm going to work on today. I love this too. I might do something like that. I'd like to do something like that. Actually, that could be cool in the middle of this doily here. I might do something like that in here as well. And I thought some script or something down this one could be joy. Down that one could be nice. Actually, I could do it on that one because I can have it going down. Let's draw that on now. I'm going to do that. The thing about it too is it's going to take a while to embroider them, but I'm going to do joy here. I'm going to do it. I'll do satin stitch. It'll take me forever, but I like the look of the satin. She's done beads. I don't want to add beads. Also because this is going to be a sort of a throw for the couch, and I don't want lumpy beads on it. So this is, I'm going to do the O like that, where there's the thin bit at the top and the bottom. Like that. And we'll do the Y like this. Joy. So that's going to go on there. So nothing in that one yet. I haven't decided there. And then I'll do maybe a running stitch. She's done chain stitch. I don't know if I'll do chain stitch or a running stitch, and then a bow at the top like she's done. So there you go. I'm so excited. This is really fun. So that's going to happen, but we're going to work on this. Oh, you can do empty like block letters too. You could grab a stencil and do block letters as well. These are just from Pinterest, so you can just type in Pam Garrison with 2 R's, embroidery, and all of this sort of stuff will come up so you can see it. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to actually move into my other room, so that way I can stay in frame and you can be more zoomed in. So I'm just going to pause and move into the other room. Okay, so I've changed rooms. I've got my light on just because it makes it better light for me for stitching. And I pulled out some colours. And I'm not going to get all of this done, but we can get it started. So, scissors, I've got all my colours. So I'm going to use some wool, which will make me go faster. Yep, I'll do this first. I'll start it and we'll see how we go. I may, start a bit, then jump to another bit, and just to give you an idea of how it's all going to come about. I'm going to use a mix of Perle DMC type thread and wool. Where I use the DMC, I will use 6 strands, just so it stays in tune with the wool. Okay, so let's start. Oh my goodness, I already can't see. We'll start down here. And we're going to do little satin stitches. So it's going to be a very lengthy process. Especially difficult on this doily, piece of doily. So yeah, I'm doing similar colours to Pam because I think Pam Garrison, because I think it'll work well into my piece. I just use the friction pen to draw it on. I'll get going. I probably didn't start on the easiest bit. So you can speed it up a little bit too. So I don't think I asked you or how everyone is. I always do that. But I think I got so excited about doing this that I forgot. Just sometimes coming back and putting in another stitch because of the doily, it makes me, sometimes I slip over to a different spot. I may roll up my piece and safety pin it like Karen does. I think that will make life a bit easier. It'll start to take shape soon once I get a bit more stitching done. It's just a satin stitch, but a little one, because you leave the middle empty so you can put the other color. But I'm sort of, I think I came up through the same hole. Where I can, I come up next to it, although with this, they're so small I could probably just do it that way. At the moment my thread's long too, so that's taking me a bit longer to pull it through. It's a bit of a workout. So I love this idea of Pam's of doing the embroidering the letters, that she paints them normally. Actually, you could look up some of her painting to be inspired too. She's done a lot of art journaling with beautiful script and letters and things that she's painted, and you could just embroider them, which is what she's done. Very clever. I noticed to turn the corner that she's sort of done it. I've put it that way so I know where I need to go, and then just fill that in. I think having a hoop or a frame is a very good idea. So probably I'll have a few TV sessions getting the, oh actually I forgot to fill in there, getting these letters done. Make sure I'm on screen. You can go like that on your device and zoom it in. I don't want to go off screen. I think we're close enough. It's a beautiful day outside. I went to the supermarket early this morning at 8:30. There were a bit of clouds around. It was super, super damp. It almost looked like it had been raining, but it hadn't. There's a lot of humidity and dampness in the air at this time of the year. But we're particularly It's warm. It's in the 20s, which is warm for us in October. When I've told you many times, when there's lots of new people, when I was pregnant with Lulu, Mum came over. I remember she arrived in the first week of October, and we were wearing woolly jumpers, and pretty much the fog set in, and she stayed until the beginning of February. She stayed 3 months to help me with Lulu, and literally she probably had 7 days of sunshine. That's how much fog there was, and it was pretty cold. So yeah, I've noticed in the last number of years since we came, since probably 2012 when we had the big snow, it snowed less and less. Last year I don't think it even did a sprinkle, and it's just getting warmer. If I'd had time, because we went away, I sort of was behind the 8 ball a little bit this week, but I could have recorded this over a few days and made progress. So the E is going to be same colours. This will be the blue, and then the thinner part will be the green. I'm going to colour this one in. I'm going to do this very fine satin stitch all the way around, and then there'll be a little gap in the middle. You don't have to colour it all in satin stitch. You could do French knots down the centre, and I might decide to do that, just to do something different to that one. Pam's done satin stitch. She's done this all the way around as a border, like that, and then she's coloured it in with satin stitch with the green. I'm just deciding which green. I could use that green. I could use that green. I might use that one because it's a DMC and I can use the 6 strands. I've got to make sure I've got a green that I have enough of. I didn't really have a wool in the right colour. Surprise, surprise. Although I didn't look at my Appleton wools, but I kind of like the idea of using, the cottons with the wools. As I move off this doily too, it'll probably go a little bit faster. So many wonderful ideas out there. Or, as we always say to you, Pinterest is such a great resource. There's so many different ideas. So Mana Lunt, also, she doesn't share her things anymore. I don't think she stitches anymore. An amazing textile artist. She did a lot of script too in her work. So if you look Mana Lunt, Marlunt, on Pinterest as well, you'll probably see quite a bit of her work. So, oh gosh, where's my, came out. Don't do it again. Oh, I'd just tell you, I'm just using a crewel needle with a big eye so I can put my thicker threads in it. Crewel needles, as opposed to tapestry needles, are sharp. Tapestry needles tend to be blunt, more blunt, because the holes are big in the tapestry fabric, and and you don't need a sharp needle. I've got a knot now. I'm trying to move along quickly, and I've got a loopy knot. Can I get behind there and fix it? No, I'll just leave it. What I'll do is I'll go behind and tie it. Let's see if I can start going like this now. I can. I'll probably go very wobbly, but it doesn't matter. Do we care? Go a little bit faster now that I've got it off the lacy bit. Just making sure I'm not going. See, it's quite hard too because I've got it flat here for the camera. I'd normally hold it resting on the table but towards me so I can see better. I don't think Pam sells those panels anymore. Had I known, I must go and do a bit of research and see if she does. I only bought one and I don't know where it is. Mum did hers. I think Mum bought a few as well and she's done hers. I think Sass might have some as well. She may be able to whip hers out. She's been decluttering. She'll probably tell you all about it. She kind of went AWOL. We haven't seen her for a while. That's because she's been really busy. Even though she's been on holidays and she thought she was going to do so much, she had to do other stuff, which I'm sure she'll chat about if she gets a video done today. Now we're whizzing along. Okay. So what I'm finding is the easiest thing to do here when you come to the corner is put your last stitch in. And then, oh, it's a bit wobbly, doesn't matter. Put your stitch for here. So it's at 90 degrees. And then fill this in. So I haven't gone perfectly straight there. I can see that now that I'm holding it up. And then I'm going to come back here. I haven't drawn that tall enough, so let's just grab the pen and make that a bit longer. Otherwise I won't be able to fit it all in. Oh, can't find where to get under here. Oh, there we go. I'll get there. I'm too far away from that stitch, I think. Let's see. Oh no, that's all right. I'll put one more in. And then we'll come around that corner. I don't think you'll notice the wobbliness so much when I put in the other colour in the middle. Which you probably won't see today because otherwise I wanted to start working on some of the other letters just to show you. Enough. We'll go back up here. just going to put my stitch in here so I can see where I need to colour in. Yep, I think that's the easiest way to approach turning the corner. I'm thinking I'm going to do French knots in the gap. So I've quite a way. I'm probably, am I halfway, do you think? No, not even. What you could also do is like do a back stitch along your drawn line and then do your little satin stitch over that that line. Actually, I need to come around the corner now. Oh, I've missed it, so I think I'll just do them without turning the corner. Just like this, which you could also do. I think I've come too far, so maybe we'll have a little overhang. I'm just finishing off this thread, but you get the idea. You can now you're starting to see the gap. Okay, I'm going to end that off now. Oh gosh, if I can get under there. There's a lot of fabric here. Okay. So I've gone through my stitches, but I also kind of knotted as well. Okay, trim that off. Put my needle over there so I don't lose it. Okay, I just wanted to start this bit here, and I was going to use 6 strands of this. This is an old thread. I bought it up in Hervey Bay with Corinne. It's kind of scratchy because it's old, but you know, anything goes. They had them in bags for like $5, and some of them had like huge number of threads. I thought, why not? Mix of Anchor and DMC. Fortunately, I had 2 of those just in case I need it. So this is just a more regular sort of satin stitch. Oh my word, same problems. We've got issues here. This is just going to be little satin stitch again, and then we'll just have a go at that. This colour won't stand out very much, but that's okay. I'm going to come up next to it. I might put a border around it, who knows? A little back stitch. Again, I can't really see what I'm doing because I'm not holding it. That's probably better like that. Ow! Stabbed my thumb. Got a bit of a gap there. So this is a satin stitch at an angle, a diagonal. It is hard with satin stitch to be neat. I find I'm not an expert satin stitch person. But, you know, you get the overall look of it. I wouldn't be too fussed about it. So that's nice and chunky with the 6 strands. And it does fill up faster. One more little stitch. Here I'm going to do French knots. I'm not sure if I'm going to do them in the same colour as this or maybe find something else. I think I'll just do it this way. I am a bit neater when I do that. Famous last words, those. Neat is a stretch. I certainly would not pass in France or Japan with the incredible stitches that are there. I would be a fail. They'd be making me take it out and do it again. See, my drawing is not even either, but I think I'll just stick with the drawing. I don't care. So we'll use, if you do it this way, where I'm not coming up next to it, you will use a lot of thread. So just make sure you've got enough of whatever colour you decide to use. Especially if you're doing it like all in one colour. I'm changing colours, so I should be okay. I was mindful not to choose ones where I saw that I didn't have very much. So if, I don't know, look up Pam Garrison. I don't know if she has a website anymore or not. You might be able to buy her panels, and she had the alphabet, and you could, if you've got room on your piece, you could put them on as a whole. I know Mum did that on her original one, but otherwise, you know, you could cut them up, put them here, there, and everywhere. Gone are the days when you feel you do things the way you should, the way they are intended. Okay, so you get the idea. That's going to be the stitching on that letter. See, I've done it the normal way. And then I just wanted to address the leafy bit of the other one. Oh, won't take me too long, I don't think. Now, what colour was I going to use? Oh, I was going to use a variegated. I think I was going to use that colour. Will I use that colour? Yeah, I think so. Or I could go lighter and do it that colour. No, I think this colour. Or that colour. That colour. So, will I use 6 strands? Yes. Back stitch. We're going to get a nice variation of colour here, and I'm going to do stem stitch for that bit. So let's stem stitch all the way up, and then we'll start at the top and work our way down. Can't thread that. Where's my threader? Here. Okay. So stem stitch. I'm a lefty, but you can sort of come back to the middle in between your stitch. So probably I'm doing them too big. Come up to where the stitch ended then. That when you start, you go to the middle, and then you just go to where that stitch ended. Tell you what, these linen damask napkins are just lovely to stitch through. So looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with yours. Okay. I know that Pam, because I came down there, I'm just going to come over here and start my back stitch over here. I know that she was doing, she was on Creative Bug, which is a American website where you subscribe and you can watch like a variety of artists, whether they're painters, watercolorists, all kinds of techniques, journal making, whatever. And you can watch all the videos, but it used to be very inexpensive, and then they put the price up. And I wasn't finding that I had time. I was only watching Pam, and I wasn't finding time to watch everybody else, so I unsubscribed. And and Sass was the same. We both, I mean, it's a wonderful thing if you've got time. I don't know if it's still about. I think it could be. She could still be on there sharing her wonderful art journaling. She didn't share any stitching or anything like that. It was all art journaling, which is it's her main thing. So I think I'll come and stitch this leaf first, and then I'll put the little center bits in. So this is my Pam Garrison Love script, and this project is totally inspired by her summertime quilt, as you know, and so I felt like it's fitting to have something similar to hers in it. I think she would have to be one of my all-time favorite creative people. I think it's the same for Sarah. Just so admire her. And she did Project Life, and she was the one that really, well, Sarah told me about it, and then I really wanted to do it. And I've got all the stuff downstairs, and I'd love to do it, but I wasn't very good with the paper. I wasn't making journals then. I don't know that I'm very good with the paper as it is, but I probably could do a slightly better job now. But I didn't do any. I've got lots of photographs printed, ready to go. I've got them in a box, and they're separated by the years and everything. But you know, it's again time. I've got all the stuff. But now when I was in Cyprus, I've been seeing advertised to me on, I think I already put a few stitches in there, on Pinterest, not on Pinterest, on Instagram, all these companies now making the photo books. Dad always used to get the Apple books made whenever I went to Australia, but they stopped doing them. I think maybe it was too costly. But he'd get me one made of my trip, and he'd take him forever. He's so cute. And he'd write all this stuff in there and everything and document our holiday for us. So Dad's version of a journal. And then they stopped getting them done, but now there's all these companies doing them. I've just gotten one done from our trip to France in 2024. Was it? Yeah, last year. I'm going to see how it turns out. I may slowly, because they look really great. I may slowly get them done. I didn't write anything underneath. I saw that you could write words underneath, but I didn't do that. But when that one comes in, I've got a whole lot of stuff, and I'm so sick of, I just put it into our OneDrive and save them there, and then I never look at the photographs, and I'd just love to have something to leaf through. And I'm thinking I might, for Christmas, for Lulu, get her one and just all my favourite photographs of her from when she was born till now. I think that'd be really cool. And I should get one done for my mother-in-law. She would love that. Mum would probably like it too. I don't know. I think I'll get one for my mother-in-law, definitely. Okay, let's have a look how we're going. Not too bad as far as time. Okay, this is going to be lovely. So inside here, I've got to keep coming down here. It goes around here, up there, down there, along there. And then I'm going to fill it with French knots. This is all going to be satin stitch, French knots, and satin stitch up there. And I'm going to do this colour, I think. Yes. And then this is little satin stitch down here. That's that. And then this is regular satin stitch like that. So I don't think you need to see that. It takes a long time. So just to give you the idea. And then, of course, I've got this one. I'm going to do the little satin stitch. I'm going to then do running stitch, I think, around there. I think chain stitch will be too much unless I choose a colour that kind of doesn't stand out too much. And I think I'm going to do the bow at the top like Pam did. And then I've got this, and I'm going to do more around. I may do one inspired by Dottie Angel as well, who is also very inspiring for this project as well. So I hope you have fun with it. Do lots of variety if you can be bothered. And I look forward to seeing what you come up with. And thank you so much for watching. And I will see you again next week. Bye.